Hello, here is the news at this hour from Tstv. I am Olaide Amosu. Here are some major headlines. MAKINDE gives directive that 8 prayer grounds should be opened. And plans to maintain 4 refineries, says NNPC chief KYARI. And on the foreign scene, Donald Trump calls for delay to 2020 United States presidential election. Manchester City snaps up highly rated FERRAN TORRES from Valencia. Now the news in details. Governor of Oyo State, Engineer MAKINDE, has felicitated with Muslims in the state and across the world on the occasion of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, admonishing them to continue to keep adhering to the teachings of love, sacrifice and perseverance, which the festival exemplifies. The governor maintained that the all-important Eid al-Adha was worth celebrating despite the restrictions brought upon the world by the COVID-19 pandemic, encouraging the Muslim Ummah to use the opportunity to pray for the peace of the world and to show love and selflessness in line with the examples shown by Prophet Ibrahim. The governor equally urged all Muslims in the state, and especially the clerics and leaders, to ensure strict compliance with the COVID-19 protocols, noting that the times demand that they celebrate with moderation and in adherence to preventive guidelines on COVID-19. Oyo State government has announced a slight adjustment to the schedule of school reopening earlier released by the state, in order to confirm the agreement reached by the federal government and the West African Examination Council (WAEC) on the commencement of the 2020 West African School Certificate Examination (WSEC). In a statement made available to newsmen, signed by Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Barrister Olasakomi Olaleye, the commencement date of WSEC is 17th August, and there should be continuation of lessons for SS3 class till the examination commences. The statement added that students would resume Monday, 3rd of August 2020 after the summer break, while SS3 and Primary 6 classes were asked to proceed on holiday as earlier scheduled and resume for the examinations on the 3rd and 20th of August respectively. Barrister Olaleye enjoined all education stakeholders in the state to note the new development and other academic schedules approved by the State Executive Council. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has on Thursday said it has concluded plans to rehabilitate and build new plants, as all the 4 refineries are currently down, forcing the government to import petroleum products from the global market. The Group Managing Director, NNPC KYARI, made the disclosure at the just concluded Seplat Energy Summit 2020, which had business sustainability and strategic leadership in Africa as its theme. Speaking earlier, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Silva, had said investment in oil and gas would continue to drop globally because of the negative impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the industry. He said the COVID-19 pandemic has indeed taken on the global oil and gas industry with cascading impact to other sectors, noting that the global world economy is forecasted to decline by about 3.4661,296 in 2020 due to the impact of the pandemic compared to the 2.9286473E-212 wrought globally in 2019. However, Executive Secretary Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board, Engineer Simbi Wabote, who harped local content and balanced energy development, said, with the right policies across nations, our young population will be the driving forces to achieving our energy transition journey. The Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) has extended the deadline for filing of returns in a number of tax categories. It said it has granted a further 1-week extension from today for companies with December accounting year end to file their year 2020 annual income tax returns. Director Communications and Liaisons Department Abdullahi Ahmed, in a statement, said companies that fall within this category will not be penalized for late submission if they file their year 2020 income tax returns within the given period, which is from August 1st to August 7th, 2020. However, the 1-week period is extended to regular monthly obligations that will become due at the end of July 2020. The FERRAN also said it is granting the extension due to the festivities and the earlier palliative measures rolled out by the service in support of the Nigerian taxpayers against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on to the foreign scene, Donald Trump has called for November's presidential election to be postponed, saying increased postal voting could lead to fraud and inaccurate results. He suggested a delay until people can properly, securely, and safely vote. Meanwhile, this was the first time Trump has floated the idea of postponing the election. There is no evidence to support Trump's claim, but he has long rallied against mail-in voting, which he has said would be susceptible to fraud. United States, however, want to make postal voting easier due to public health concerns over the coronavirus pandemic. The World Health Organization, WHO, has reported that there is no zero-risk strategy for countries easing international travel restrictions during the COVID-19 pandemic, and essential travel for emergencies should remain the priority. In a long-awaited update to its guidance on travel, the United Nations Global Health Agency said cross-border trips for emergencies, humanitarian work, the transfer of essential personnel, and repatriation could constitute essential travel. WHO, however, said a surge of new infections in many parts of the world has prompted some countries to reintroduce some travel restrictions, including testing and quarantining incoming passengers. The World Health Organization has also urged each country to conduct its own risk-benefit analysis before lifting any or all travel restrictions, stating that international travel bans cannot stay in place indefinitely, and countries will have to do more to reduce the spread of the novel coronavirus within their borders. Moving on to the exciting world of sports, Manchester City has agreed an initial fee with Valencia for highly rated 20-year-old winger FERRAN Torres. Talks between the clubs are ongoing with an agreement on the wider terms of the deal. FERRAN is considered as one of Spain's most promising young players, having come through Valencia's academy and making his debut as a 17-year-old in 2017. Having made 24 La Liga appearances in 2018 and 19, he scored 5 goals in La Liga, while his Champions League strike against Lille in November made him the first player born in 2000 to net in the competition for a Spanish club. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola's club will believe they have got themselves a bargain and pulled off a significant coup in landing FERRAN, who had also attracted interest from Barcelona, Juventus, and Liverpool. Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka has revealed he was very close to leaving the club in January and has thanked head coach Mikel Arteta for giving him a second chance. Xhaka, who was set for the exit after he was stripped of the captaincy in November, was also dropped from the squad for 5 matches for reacting angrily to supporters who jeered him when he was substituted during a 2-2 draw with Crystal Palace. The 27-year-old is said to have won back his place and 8 months on is now a regular member of the starting lineup again. Arteta, however, praised Xhaka for winning over the fan base with his displays on the field, but the former Borussia Mönchengladbach star admitted he seriously contemplated leaving. With that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. MAKINDE gives directive that 8 prayer grounds should be opened. Plans to maintain 4 refineries, says NNPC chief KYARI. And on the foreign scene, Donald Trump calls for delay to 2020 US presidential election. And in the exciting world of sports, Man City snaps up highly rated FERRAN Torres from Valencia. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Hope Chijioke. I am Olaide Amosu. Good day and thank you for watching.